Let's keep it simple. I'll be showing you the exact process to book sales call through the DMs on Instagram. I'll be showing you my proven framework to book sales calls through DMs and close for multiple 4 to 5 figures. Whether you're selling fitness coaching, trading, e-commerce, life coaching, whatever niche it is, this is a framework that will work for everything. And before we get in the video, if you guys watch this all the way through, at the end, I will give you this entire mural board as well as a plethora of real examples of this framework being used on one of my offers that I run. And if you want your calendar to be completely booked and look like this, then I'm going to show you right now the exact A to Z process I use for my own clients. But before we start, I want to go over something very important. Before getting into the exact script and framework I use, I want to go over how you actually funnel someone into your DMs, because this can be just as important as the actual conversation in the DMs. So I think it mandatory to cover this before going into the actual script and framework. So there is two ways to start a DM. There is the outbound messaging and the inbound messaging. So outbound is when you initiate the first message. So, yo, William, curious if you do any one-on-one type of stuff. I'm initiating the first outbound message. I do believe that you should only be sending outbound if you're not generating enough inbound, because outbound rates are significantly lower than inbound rates. And I wouldn't waste your setter's time if you're already receiving enough inbound leads. But it is definitely a method to use if you don't yet have enough inbound leads. But if you do, for example, if you have a CTA for people to DM you, and they send the first message, they are expressing interest, and these leads are far warmer because there's actually intent to send you the first message, and you know that they're looking for something. They're looking for you to solve a certain pain point, whatever it is. Okay, but now that we know that there's outbound and inbound messaging, let's go over the actual framework. So there's going to be different starts to this framework and script, depending if it's an outbound lead or an inbound lead. Eventually, they do converge, so stick with me. So an outbound opener might be something like, hey Josh, appreciate the follow. Are you looking with help starting your ecom brand or looking to scale one? So that's if someone follows you, you can send an outbound message to them. You could go onto your story views and send outbound messages like that. I saw you viewed my story a little bit ago. Is something intrigue you about potentially starting your own brand? You're just gauging if they have any actual interest in what you're offering them. And then we have just a quick third one right here. And after you get a reply, you want to say something like, thanks, that's great to hear. I really appreciate your support, or I'm glad my content could help. And then we're immediately going to go into finding the goals, and that's where it converges with the inbound messaging. So let's say that they sent that they're ready, or they sent something like coaching. Hey Josh, hope you're doing well. Thanks for reaching out, bro. Is it cool if I ask you a couple questions just to get to know you and your situation? And after that, we're simply going into finding the goals. We're just asking permission, and they're always going to say yes because they are the ones that reached out first. Okay, so the first thing we're doing in this framework is we're finding their goals in relation to the niche that you're in or what you're selling. If you're selling fitness, you're not going to ask them about their e-commerce goals, obviously. So just curious, man, what's the main goal you're working on for this year? So just curious, what are some of the main goals you're working at this year? And include your niche specific copy. So if you don't mind me asking, what are some of the main goals you're working at in terms of your ecom business or your physique or your dating life, whatever your niche is? We're simply finding those goals. Okay. And we're going to say, those are some great goals. Love to hear it. We're going to affirm those goals. Those are valid goals to have. And now we're going to find the challenges. So why haven't they reached this goal yet? Why haven't they been able to scale to $100,000 a month with ecom, to hit their dream physique, whatever it is? So hey, would you say there's anything in particular you've been struggling with that might be holding you back from reaching these goals? I like to give examples for what they could say, like staying disciplined, confidence, whatever it is in relation to your niche. We're just going to be asking them. This is a bunch of iterations right here. What do they think is holding them back from hitting those goals? We're finding the pain points, the challenges. So to recap, we're initiating the conversation. We're finding the goals. Now we're finding the reasons that they're not at these goals, that they're not at this desired state already. And we're just going to real quickly relate to the problems and justify them. So yeah, man, I totally get that. And to be honest, I hear that more than you would think. For sure, bro, that makes sense. I used to also struggle with discipline as well. Or scaling ads used to be the biggest bottleneck in my business as well. We're justifying them. We're letting them know that these problems are valid. And after that, we're going to find the desire to solve these problems to reach their goal. So, hey man, would you say that, solving this challenge of discipline in order to build your dream physique is, a top priority for you, is learning how to implement AI into your ads so that you can scale your business to 20K a month. A top priority for you right now, man? Spoiler, if they're texting you, then it probably is. Okay, so now that we've actually found this desire, now we can propose the call. So, honestly, brother, I think I'd like to help you more personally. Would you say it's helpful that I set up a time between you and my right hand man to see how, we can help you achieve that goal of making money in order to be comfortable and find that new life purpose so you can embrace the fulfilling lifestyle you're looking for? We're proposing a call. We're not proposing a sales call. We're proposing a discovery call. Hey, I'd like to help you more personally. Would you be willing to get on a call so we could talk about solving your problems, solving your solving your pain points so that we can help you reach this goal? And if they say yes, then you're just going to send them the calendar. Perfect, bro. I'll send you my calendar and you'll be able to choose a day that works best for you. Sound fair enough? And you'll see that if you use this framework, it becomes extremely simple. Of course, you can change the copy up depending on your niche, the diction that you're using, depending on the age of your audience, whatever it is. But we're just going to be following this simple framework. We're sending an opener, we're finding their goals, finding the challenges, the reason why they haven't hit those goals. We're relating to that problem and justifying it. We're finding the desire to solve those goals. Then we're proposing to get on a call with them and talk about solving those problems to reach their desired goals. As simple as that. And as an additive, if you guys want some real time examples of this framework working, I do have a Google file right here with just a bunch of examples, the full conversations, both inbound and outbound, of this strategy working for a life coaching client of mine. So just go ahead and go to my Instagram, and the handle's right here. It's also in the description, and DM me the word asset and I'll send you over this entire board with the link as well as all the other boards for my YouTube videos. So you can go through and access this yourself as well as copy any of these messages if you need to. And lastly, if you are an online creator, coach, or consultant and you have an info offer doing 5, 10, 20, $50,000 a month and you want to scale, or you don't have an offer, but you are a professional in your niche and plan to launch one, then I want you to link in this video's description and watch the video that I made for you. I have an offer where I will analyze and reposition your offer to make it irresistible, create you a content framework that attracts quality leads, build you out an optimal sales flow to convert these leads into actual high ticket clients while taking care of everything on the back end and the front end, and then systemizing your fulfillment to provide quality results while saving you time. So if you already have an online info offer or are a professional niche, then I do implore you to go to this link and watch this video to see if I would be a good fit to work with you. But other than that, thank you guys for watching this video. I have a plethora of other videos on my YouTube with similar topics on how to scale or launch an online info offer. So if you're interested in that type of thing, I would go ahead and check all those videos out. Other than that, thank you guys and see you in the next one.